Have you ever thought your online accounts were completely secure, only to find out they might not be? If you use X, formerly Twitter, and rely on a physical security key like a YubiKey or platform passkey for two-factor authentication, there's an important update you cannot ignore. X has warned that users need to re-enroll their security keys before November 10, 2025, or risk being locked out. In this video we'll cover what's changing, the exact steps to stay safe, and why this. Let's rewind. Twitter was acquired in October 2022 and rebranded to X in July 2023. Beyond the new logo, X is retiring the twitter.com domain under the hood. Many security configurations, including hardware keys, were anchored to twitter.com. As X transitions to x.com, anything cryptographically tied to the old domain needs to be reassociated. That's why some users must re-enroll keys. The credential binding needs to point to x.com so the strongest form of 2FA keeps working. If your two-factor authentication on X uses a hardware security key or a passkey-style device, you need to re-enroll the key so it associates with x.com instead of twitter.com. If you don't complete this by November 10, 2025, your account can be locked until you either re-enroll a key, switch to a different 2FA method, or disable 2FA. Disabling 2FA is not recommended. You would lose a critical protection layer. Missing the deadline doesn't delete your account, but it can lock you out of access. You'll then have to go through recovery steps before you can post, read DMs, or change settings. For creators, brands, and journalists who rely on timely access, that downtime can be costly. The fastest path is to re-enroll now while you still have normal access, rather than waiting for a lockout scenario. Security keys are among the strongest forms of two-factor authentication. Unlike SMS codes, which can be intercepted via SIM swap or phishing, security keys use cryptography bound to the real site. When you touch the key, it verifies the domain before completing the login. That means a fake login page can't trick your key into authenticating. Re-enrolling your key doesn't weaken security. It preserves that high level of protection under the x.com domain. Here are the practical steps to re-enroll your key on X. 1. Open Settings and Privacy Security and Account Access Security Two-Factor Authentication. 2. Select Security Key, Manage Security Keys, delete existing keys linked to twitter.com. 3. Select Security Key again to add a new one. Enter your X account password when prompted. 4. Enter the confirmation code sent to your email. 5. Click Start. Insert your hardware key into USB or connect via Bluetooth or NFC. 6. When prompted, touch or press the Keys button to complete the enrollment. After these steps, the key will be associated with x.com. If you use an authenticator app for 2FA, the re-enrollment requirement does not apply to you. SMS-based 2FA continues to work as configured, though it is generally less secure than keys or passkeys. This particular change targets only the hardware key and passkey enrollments that were previously tied to twitter.com. This migration isn't just a cosmetic rename. It's a deep infrastructure shift. Authentication, payments, and APIs often encode origins and domains. When a platform retires an old domain, every dependent system has to move in lockstep. Re-enrolling keys is one visible piece of a larger, ongoing transition to x.com. It's a reminder that even a domain change can ripple into practical security actions for end users. The lesson is simple: security is not a set-and-forget checkbox. Even robust protections like hardware keys need maintenance. When platforms evolve, take a minute to check your 2FA settings across major accounts, confirm where your keys are enrolled, and make sure your strongest factors stay active after big platform updates. If you rely on a physical security key to protect your X account, re-enroll it before November 10, 2025. Doing it now prevents a lockout later and preserves the strongest protection against phishing and account takeover. Plug in your key, finish the prompts, and you're done.